not acceptable for us. Final thing, and how the corporations get their profits, they remain the people at the same positions, they take their revenues, and people get frustrated in the end of their life. The final thing about all this stuff. They said that if somebody cannot get success, that something is wrong. No, there is another way of the interpretation of this. It means that if you don't get the success, it means that you didn't work hard. It means that you didn't want to get hard. It means that you are a loser. And we understand that the American dream doesn't have a construct which would provide a mercy to those who didn't succeed. And the problem is that those people became getting shamed from the society in different ways. And we understand that it also makes them unhappy. And for all these reasons, I beg you to propose. Thank you.
I thank the member of government for that speech and invite the member of opposition to
about the American dream and how it affects society. First of all, I want to make it clear that we regret something when it's somehow disadvantages first the individual, second the society. And we will prove why it's both advantage in the society and the individual in both respects. That's why we don't have to regret that. Rebuttal regarding to the first and second op. The first gap is essentially was telling us that case against consumerism. I want to just give a little bit of meat to that, to the analysis of the first opposition. We have the Russian Federation that is both consumeristic and hegemonic and has nothing to do with American dreams. And we have another examples of these societies. Therefore, we could have clear examples that American dream is not the determinant of the future hegemonic or consumeristic nature of the society. We might regret that, but it doesn't mean that this necessarily leads to those consequences. Second of all, their main point was that it leads to decrease in humanity. Mr. Speaker, United States has one of the largest number of volunteers coming through the Peace Corps to Africa, to Latin America, to help other people, because they do believe that they deserve that, because they do believe that people working hard deserve social lifts. That's why we do believe that it doesn't decrease the humanity, but on the other hand, has the increasing the respect for the hard work of the people regardless of where they are. The extension from the second government was that it actually leads to frustration of the person. Mr. Speaker, what leads to frustration of the person is his unsuccessfulness, not the fact that he didn't work hard. We do have the villages in Russia in which 90% of the people are alcohol addicts, and they're not more actually happy because they didn't even try compared to the people who are actually suffering in the United States. On the contrary, they do feel more unhappy because they even didn't try in this case. We do believe that you will be stigmatized and you will be unhappy and frustrated, regardless if you try or not, if you're in that marginalized position. But what is important that during the most period of time, you are happy and feeling successful if you have a meaning to your life, if you have a dream in your life. And we do believe that American dream brings the meaning to the most of the people's life who are born in the ghettos and do not believe from the beginning that they're losers. They do not put their hands down. And yes, of course, we agree that not all of them will succeed, but some of them will. And we do believe that, at least for those people, we make them more successful and we make them more happy because they had the meaning in their life and they succeeded. We do believe that for those who will end up in the miserable and poverty, we do not probably change anything, but that's the sad story of our life. The next point is exploitation of the resources. And this is exactly where I come to our extension. How does it affect the society and how did it affect the society? We're perfectly happy that the society is exploiting people's dreams and they're striving to achieve. Because then we have a society of dreamers, doers, and achievers that do believe that they can change something, they do believe that they can invent something. It doesn't matter if you have been adopted and actually if you're being abandoned by your parents as a Steve Jobs, but you have a dream and you know that in the American society you can hard. That's why America, on the societal level, is extracting resources from the other countries and is actually benefiting from that. And we do believe that it's also perfectly fine for them. What we also do believe is that actually America is capable of achieving social stability through this American dream. Because regardless if we want it or not, there is a huge gap between the poor class and the high class, or is actually gluing the American society and preventing it from the revolution of rapid distresses. Because the lower classes do believe that they are also capable of achieving the success. And in this case, we do believe that, that it's actually helping the government to somehow mitigate the hatred between those classes. And we also do believe that it is good for the society. First, we have a question.
Yes, but my problem with it, we create an illusion that you are making right. So for you, it's not any alternative for you in making way of thinking. You are thinking you are making right, but you are slowly motion in the slide without any profession for you.
Mr. Speaker, the problem from the first government is that they misunderstand that the American dream is only about actually that you have to work hard in order to achieve the success. It's not determining your vision of the success. It's not determining what is social upward mobility. And we do believe that you can as well pretty much regard that as being top-class scientist or top-class philosopher or top-class musician. The only thing is that you have to work hard for that, and we do believe that it's also good. So next point, we are coming to actually how does it affect the person and the human being. And we do believe that for you as an employee, American dream is really, really important. Because when you're trying to succeed, when you're trying to make career and progress, you know that the employer knows that the social background, economic background, is not determinant of your success. And we do believe that is important because the employers know to get to reward the hard work and know that your social background is not necessarily shaping your success as an employee, as an effective contribution to the society. We do believe that this increases your opportunity, and we do believe that it increases the respect of you in the society that if you work hard. We also do believe that it makes for the young people and students being not shameful to come into the top class universities and work as the waiters. No, they go for that because they do believe that they can make a success, and they do know that the hard work will be respected regardless of if they work now as the waitress, but they do know that the society and the employees will respect that, and we do believe that it is important for the human being. So, yes, some of the people will be stigmatized because they are losers, and they will be stigmatized regardless of if they try or not. They will be stigmatized because they are the losers. But we do believe that the person under the American dream has first a meaning and a hope, second respect, and third stable and prosperous society. And we do believe that these are the reasons why we should not regret American dream.
I think the member of opposition for those remarks and invite the government to well, close the door for her back, I guess. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to make an analysis. And first of all, I will compare our position with first op, secondly, I will compare our position to second closing op, and then I will compare us with opening up. All the arguments of opening opposition was based on the idea that there are no alternatives to American dream to make some good things like good political behavior and or economic behavior or some national ideas that can produce different groups of people. But we believe that there are and we also promoted you some examples of another ideas or model. For example, this model is time, not time. For example, it's model of EU, where there are no, for example, Sweden, they don't have the idea of American dream. They have only 6-hour working day. It's not like you should work hard like every day for 12 hours, and they also it's also good country because the model of European Union is based on ideas that we should respect each other, we should and do what we want. Some of people who want success, they will go to consulting company, for example, and some people who want to travel and be a freelancer, for example, or live in village, they also can do this. And it's not a problem in our case of model of European Union, but it's in their problem. People who want to be a free guy without work, without a chance to travel or do something without a career, they are oppressed. And I'll show you a little bit later about this. Secondly.
Okay, Sweden is a great example where young people don't even go for work and won't live on the social payments, so it's not really good model.
Why? It's not a problem. Maybe this guy wants to have small amount of money and be happy, and we think that it's a very good way of living. Why not? And we don't see any problems. No sense. And second closing opposition told us that something you have dream and it's good for you. But we understand that sometimes it's good when you have dream. But we strongly believe, but you should create your own dreams by yourself and choose what you want because it's free choice and not every person wants to be successful by themselves, but society wants you and makes you to want success, and that's a problem because in our model, in our position, we prove you that not every person wants to be a successful, but society makes you to do this, and that's why we have problems with oppression on those people, and also why we were better than all of opposition side. One side later, because we proved you that there are some stigmatization of people who are who doesn't want to succeed, or maybe who want to succeed, but they failed, and all the society told you that you are a loser. You didn't make good attitude to do this, and that's why you will have some bad consequences, like being very in depression. And they told us about Russia, that all people in Russia are in depression in the beginning. First of all, Russia is not very good model, and secondly, we think that not very all of the people in Russia are in depression in the beginning. Maybe they are happy for example, in Moscow, we are very happy, all of us. And we proved also that there are some very big harms for people who, firstly, don't want success, or secondly, fail, but they spend all of their lives to make this success. But it was a problem. Society and the state, for example, the American dream idea for me is promises you that you will be successful, but it's a lie. Most of people, not every person can be a CEO or CEO of Google. Not every person can do it. And we understand that there are problems that it's harmful and very painful for most of big amount of people. That's why we don't like this idea. Yeah.
Well, but success is not only to become a CEO of big Fortune 500 company, right? It is about because head of department in this company. This is perfectly possible. All your arguments based on the assumption that American dream is impossible, and no analysis whatsoever were provided to say it's in massive cases this is really impossible. Give us some analysis on this.
Okay, it's not impossible, but it's not every. For example, we have in department 12 people or 20, and everyone wants to be a head of department, but only one will be a will be harmed, and that's why we think that only because there are not very sports for being successful in our life, it's impossible. That's why. And the last thing, I want to compare us with first opening of government, and we believe that we agree with opposition that they was talking about consumerism, and it was a little bit not about this case. And we proved to you that arguments about American dream, real American dream, yeah. And for all those reasons that there are some different models, and we can use it. There are and they harm most of people that my brilliant teammate told you, and because the first government wasn't in the motion, that's why we are winning this game.
I thank the government for that speech and thank the opposition for the House. We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here to explain why American dream is really good for a certain person and for his beliefs and his self-identification. Second, I explain why it's good for